It is late at night, your house is quiet, the lights are off, the street outside feels empty. Even the trees seem frozen, like the whole world has stopped breathing. Then you notice something outside your window. One bird is awake. It is not singing. It is not flying. It is not hopping from branch to branch like it does in the morning. It is just sitting there, still and silent, tucked into the dark like a tiny shadow with eyes, and suddenly, the backyard does not feel peaceful anymore because, during the day, birds seem harmless. They flutter across your lawn, land on fences, argue over seeds, and vanish into sunlight. But at night, something changes. They become quiet, hidden, watchful, almost ghost-like. It makes you wonder, are birds really sleeping at night? Or are they surviving something we never see? And what they do in the dark may change the way you look at every bird in your backyard. Imagine you wake up in the middle of the night. Maybe it is 2 a.m., maybe rain is touching the window. Maybe the room is so quiet that even the smallest sound feels too loud. Then you hear it, a tiny flutter outside. You freeze. You look toward the window, but all you see is black glass, tree branches, and the faint outline of your backyard. During the day, that same yard feels alive and friendly. Birds land on feeders. Sparrows chase each other through bushes. Robins pull worms from the grass. Everything feels open and safe. But now, in darkness, the same place feels different. The birds have not disappeared. They are still there, only now they are hidden in places you never think to look. Under leaves, deep inside bushes, along roof edges, in thick branches, pressed into silence. And while you sleep behind walls, they are out there inside a dangerous world of shadows, predators, cold air, sudden sounds, and invisible signals. Because the first strange truth is that birds do not simply fall asleep the way you think they do. When night falls, birds do not just become quiet, they become different. During the day, a bird can afford to be visible. It can sing from a branch, flash its wings in sunlight, hop across your lawn, and call to others without much fear. The world is bright, danger is easier to see, escape routes are open. But at night, every sound becomes risky. A small chirp can reveal a location, a sudden flutter can attract attention. Even the shape of a tiny body against a pale sky can become a signal to something hunting from above. So birds change their behavior. They lower their voices, they reduce movement, they tuck themselves into places where their outline disappears. To you, the yard may look empty, but if you could see inside the hedge, behind the ivy, or deep in the thick branches, you might find birds sitting perfectly still, waiting for morning. This silence is not peace. It is strategy. Many small birds do not see well in the dark compared with night hunters, so they rely on memory, stillness, and hiding places they already trust. Their brains know the map of your yard better than you think, but the strangest part is where they choose to hide and why those places are rarely random. Every morning, you may walk past a bush, a vine-covered wall, or a thick little tree without thinking anything of it, but during the night, that ordinary place may have been a shelter, a hidden bedroom, a survival chamber. Birds often sleep in places humans barely notice: dense shrubs, evergreen branches, ivy, tree holes, porch beams, roof corners, tall reeds. Even small gaps around human buildings can become nighttime hiding places. And they do not choose these places by accident. A good roost has to do more than give comfort. It has to hide the bird from owls, cats, raccoons, snakes, and other dangers. It has to block cold wind. It has to make the bird hard to see. It has to limit how easily a predator can approach. Sometimes, the best hiding place is not the highest branch. It is the tightest space, the place where a larger animal cannot easily reach. The place where leaves break up the bird's shape. The place where one quick movement could become an escape. So when you look at your backyard during the day, you are not just seeing plants and fences, you are seeing a secret night map, safe spots, danger zones, escape routes, WATCHPONTS. And once they settle into those hidden places, something even more unbelievable happens inside their brains. When you sleep, you usually surrender. You close your eyes. Your body relaxes, the room fades away. But for many birds, sleep is not complete surrender. It is a guarded state. Some birds have an incredible ability to rest while staying alert to danger. They can enter sleep in a way that still keeps them sensitive to the world around them. It is like part of their body is resting, while another part is listening. Imagine being asleep, but still able to notice a leaf crack, a branch shift or wing beat, passing overhead, a soft movement in the grass below. Asterisk. That is the kind of world a bird faces at night. If it sleeps too deeply in the wrong place, it may never wake up. So it has to balance two needs at once. It must recover energy, but it must not become helpless. That still bird you see tucked into a branch may look unaware, but its body may be tuned to tiny changes you would never notice. A sound too soft for you to care about could be enough to make it open its eyes, shift its body, or vanish into darkness. A sleeping bird may know more about your backyard at midnight than you do, but awareness is only one part of the mystery, because birds also understand the power of staying together. Sometimes, just before night arrives, birds begin to gather. At first, it may look random. A few shapes land in a tree, then more arrive, then more. Soon, the branches are filled with dark silhouettes, all settling into place as the last light disappears. To you, it may feel eerie. Why are they all there? Why that tree? Why that moment? For many birds, gathering at night is not just social behavior. It is protection. A single bird alone in the dark is a target, but a group changes everything. More birds means more eyes, more ears, more chances that one individual will notice danger before it is too late. A predator attacking a group also faces confusion. Wings burst in every direction, bodies scatter, shadows move at once. In that chaos, one bird may escape because the predator cannot focus. There is also warmth. Small birds lose heat quickly, and being near others can help them survive colder nights, but the mystery goes deeper. Group roosts can also become information centers. If one bird leaves early toward food, others may follow. If one place becomes unsafe, the group may shift. What looks like a quiet tree may actually be a living alarm system. Yet not every bird joins the crowd, and the ones that sleep alone face the darkest test of all. There is something haunting about seeing one small bird alone at night. Asterisk. Maybe it is tucked under the edge of a roof. Maybe it is hidden deep inside a bush. Maybe it sits on a thin branch, feathers puffed, body still, surrounded by darkness. You may feel sorry for it. But that lonely bird may not be as helpless as it looks. A bird that sleeps alone has to make sharper choices. There is no flock alarm, no shared warmth, no wall of moving bodies to confuse a predator. Every decision matters. So it chooses carefully. It may pick a narrow space where a larger animal cannot reach. It may settle where leaves hide its shape. It may face in a direction that gives it a fast escape route. It may tuck its head, fluff its feathers, and lock its feet around a branch so it can stay perched while resting. That tiny body is not just waiting. It is trusting memory. It is trusting instinct. It is trusting one hidden place in a world full of danger. And when you understand that, a lone bird at night stops looking weak. It starts looking brave. But sometimes, in the middle of the night, that silence breaks, and one sudden sound can mean everything. You are asleep. Then suddenly, outside your window, you hear one sharp chirp, just one, then silence. You lie still for a moment, wondering if you imagined it. The sound was so small, so quick, so easy to dismiss, but in the hidden world of birds, that tiny sound may matter. A midnight chirp can mean many things. A bird may have been startled from sleep. A predator may have moved nearby. Another bird may have shifted too close. A branch may have shaken. A cat may have passed under the hedge. A sudden light may have confused the bird's sense of night. Sometimes birds make contact calls, small sounds that help them stay aware of others nearby. Sometimes they give alarm calls, warning that something is wrong. Sometimes they simply react because their body is built to respond fast. To you, it is just a chirp. To them, it may be a signal. Birds are sensitive to things humans often ignore: a change in sound, a flash of light, a vibration in branches, a movement in the grass. Even artificial lights from houses and streets can disturb their natural rhythm, making night feel less dark than it should. One small note in the dark may reveal that an entire hidden world is listening, and the deeper you listen, the more it seems birds are reading the night itself. You may go to bed thinking the night is calm, but outside, the birds may already know something is changing. The wind may be shifting, the air may be cooling, pressure may be dropping, moisture may be building before rain, clouds may be covering the sky. Tiny signals move through the night long before you feel anything from inside your house. Birds live close to those signals. A small bird cannot ignore cold the way you can. Its body loses heat quickly. A bad roost on a wet, windy night can become dangerous, so birds adjust. They move deeper into cover. They settle lower in trees. They fluff their feathers to trap warmth. They choose places that block wind and rain. To you, a bush is just a bush. To a bird, it may be protection from freezing air. This is where their world begins to feel almost mysterious. They are not just hiding from predators, they are reading the invisible language of the environment. The air changes, and they respond. The leaves shift, and they understand. The cold arrives, and they prepare. But the most haunting question is not how they survive the night, it is what the night does to their minds. Now imagine one bird hidden in a branch. Its feathers are puffed. Its head is tucked. Its tiny body rises and falls with each breath around it. The yard is black and silent. But inside that small head, the day may not be finished. That bird has lived through more than you noticed. It searched for food. It avoided threats. It remembered which branch held safety. It listened to calls. It watched other birds. It learned the shape of your yard, the timing of your movements, and the places where danger might appear. At night, while hidden from your eyes, its brain may still be working through that world. Some birds show sleep patterns that suggest active brain states. Some may process songs, memories, roots, or learn behaviors while resting. We do not fully know what a bird experiences in sleep, and that is what makes it so fascinating, because maybe the bird is not just shutting off, maybe it is remembering, maybe it is practicing, maybe it is carrying a private inner world we rarely respect. You thought birds were simple background creatures, but in darkness, hidden under leaves, their minds may still be alive with signals, sounds, and survival. And when morning comes, they return to your yard as if none of this secret life ever happened. By sunrise, the mystery disappears. The bird that sat frozen in darkness becomes familiar again. It hops across your lawn. It lands on the feeder. It shakes its feathers in the light. It sings like the night never happened. And you may almost forget what it survived, but now you know. The silence outside your window is not empty. The bushes are not just bushes. The trees are not just trees. Every night, your backyard becomes a hidden world of fear, memory, instinct, and intelligence. While you sleep behind walls, tiny creatures outside are making life or death choices. Where to hide, when to stay silent, when to call, when to trust the group, when to face the dark alone. Their lives are not small. They are just hidden from us. And maybe that is why birds feel so mysterious. They live beside us every day, but they also belong to a world we almost never see, a world of signals in the air, warnings in the dark, and quiet decisions made under the cover of night. So tonight, before you sleep, look out the window for a moment. Listen carefully and ask yourself, is the night really silent, or are the birds simply speaking in a language you have never learned? Comment below, have you ever noticed a bird acting strangely at night? And now, do you think it was trying to survive something you never saw?